All right, guys, a little update on this motor. I actually came over here and it's leaking gear oil, so the seals are worn out in the lower unit. I'm sure it's because it sat a while, because remember, this is the one off of the motor that was locked up that I'm rebuilding over there. So I'm sure it sat a while and the seals got dried out. But what I am going to actually end up doing is I'm gonna take this lower unit back off of this motor, and here, let's go over here. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm gonna fully rebuild it and put this one back on it, because this one's actually meant for that one. So I'll just put them back so that they match each other and they're actually right. And I'll just end up scuffing up that other one again, and I'll just paint this one the same color that that one is, and I just have to repaint that one, which isn't too big of a deal. I'd much rather have it matching this motor, and it needs the seal kit anyways, so hopefully I can get away with the other seals, and just if there's one bad one and the other one's good, otherwise just end up buying another seal kit. Not a big deal. So I'll end up doing that in the morning, because it's actually getting really late tonight. But I'll do that and then scuff this one up too, and then it's probably gonna rain tomorrow. I thought it was today, but they just keep on pushing the rain further back, so it just must be missing me. So we'll see, but I'm definitely gonna try and get this painted as soon as possible. But first things first, scuffing this will just take a minute, and I gotta take the other lower unit off of that one. I'll drain it. Hopefully I can find something to save the gear oil in it, because I haven't even had it out on the lake yet. So save that and reuse it, and rebuild it, put it on this one, and just get them swapped out. So I'll get to that in the morning. I'll see you guys. All right, guys, so I got both the lower units here, and I already started taking this one apart. I got this whole shaft out, and then the water pump is right here, which I've been working on. So I in my seal kit, I got all the seals to rebuild the water pump and then the lower unit. And so I already took this bottom seal right there, and I already replaced this O-ring. There's the old stuff right there, and this rubber wheel was getting really chewed up, and it's really rough looking. So I'll just put my new one in there, and for some reason it didn't even have that little thing in there that I noticed. I don't see it on the floor anywhere, at least, and I just kind of thought that was odd, but I'm not exactly sure what that even does. But I'll have to figure something out. But for now I have this one, and here's all the little gaskets that I'll be using. But in the kit there's still a bunch of these little O-rings, so I'm not exactly sure what those are for. Maybe yeah, I'm not really sure. They're really small, so maybe this is for more than just the 9.8. Maybe it's for the little ones too. I'm not sure. I don't know if the lower units are different or not, but for now I got the gaskets for this, and this main piece that spins and seals it. So I'm pretty sure doing just this would fix my leak that this one had. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and finish putting this back together. Alright, guys, so I'm looking at the lower unit right now, and I actually found where that piece went. It's still stuck to the shaft. And then for the water pump, I got the new wheel in this one, and I just pounded this bearing back in. So what I did to take it out, I just used a flathead screwdriver and put it in from this way, and caught that little lip of it, and then just gave it a tap with the hammer, and it came right out. So, and then you just find a socket that's big enough and just tap it back in. And so now I gotta clean this up because I was looking at them and this one's different than that one, than the older one or newer one. This one's actually older. This one has a hole right there where that one doesn't. So I gotta clean this out, and hopefully that bearing's good. Anyways, I have a new bearing too, so no big deal. Alright guys, so I cleaned up most of the sand. You can actually see in there now. That was all packed with sand all the way up to the top. So, and then the sides were too. And yeah, so it's pretty clean now. You know, just a quick clean. And that bearing for the drive shaft was definitely bad. So I'll put a new bearing in there and put it all back together. Alright, so I got the water pump put in there with the wheel and everything. I just gotta put the cover on it. And I got this seal out. And it was a pain. I had to hit it with a screwdriver and kind of crush it so I could grab something to lift it up with. But it's out now, and I got a new one right here to put in there. And gotta put the cover on, and then I gotta replace this little rubber thing still, and the one in the top of the water pump. But then it'll be good to go. Alright guys, so I got the seal put back in there, and it's working good. And so now I gotta do this one, and I'll actually show you guys how to do this one. So you can see that the hole is on the side, which is that little nipple there. So you just wanna, you can push it in from the side actually. Push it in and up, and you can use a needle nose or just pull it out. And you definitely wanna make sure that this one's good, because you don't want water getting in there if that is getting old and dry rotted. So then you just get the new one, and then you just squeeze it or push it and push it down. And there it is. And so now I gotta put the gear on the drive shaft still, the nut, and I gotta do the water pump, those two seals. Alright guys, so I had the same problem doing this seal. The seal part of it came out right away and just left the shell. So what I had to do, I had to take a flathead, crush down one of the sides, and then get underneath it and then twist it and pry it out. And that broke it loose, and I was able to pull it out. And then for getting the new one on, what I like to do is I set it on something. I had it on a block of wood this time, and then I just used something to hit it in, which is a block of wood also. And it's a 5/8 socket that I used, and it just seated it in there. And it's all set now. And so now I gotta replace this one, which, you know, just push that little nipple in and push it up. And this one's gonna be a little bit more more tricky because it's sunk in there a little bit, but not too big of a deal. Might be able to just grab it with a needle nose. So I'm gonna do that now. Alright guys, I got the seal out of there, and I cleaned up inside of there. And this one seems smaller than the rest. I don't know if it just wore out that much, but it's definitely a little bit smaller. So oh, there goes that one. So I'm gonna make sure that mine will work, and get one put back in there. Alright guys, so I actually didn't have the right one for the top here, but I just cleaned up the old one and put it back in there. And when you're doing seals, you want to really make sure that you're using some kind of I have Seal Glide, some kind of like lubricant, so that you don't rip any of your seals, anything, especially these. You want to be careful of. And when you do it right, then it'll just slide right in. These ones are a little difficult, but a little different with this tube, but wiggle it in there. It should fit, and then I just gotta put the top on for the water pump and then tighten it down, and then I can work on inside there for where the propeller goes. Alright guys, so I got that seal out, and then I just pulled the O-ring off. So I got the new O-ring and seal right there, and that's the old seal, and then that's the one that didn't work, and then that's the spare. Okay, so I just got a few things left. To get the seal out, I just used a flathead, and I put it on a socket, one that's bigger, so then I could just set it on top and then hit it. And on the third try I got it. So now time to put the new one in. I'll just set it flat and like that, and then take a block of wood. Something nice and flat is the key to putting these seals in, or bearings in general. And since this one sits flush, I'm not too worried about a socket or nothing, but you want to get it as flat as you can, and then just hit it with something flat to just push it down. So I'm gonna get that done and the new seal on, and put it back all in there, and have it be a finished unit. Alright guys, so I got it in. The way I was actually just showing you guys, that was just how to do it. I had it upside down, which luckily I realized it before I went and tried to pound it in. But this one was just in there flush, so keep it flush, don't pound it in all the way. And then I got this O-ring on there, so definitely want to make sure that when you take seals out, you put them in the same way. So there you go. Now it's ready to put back on this shaft and install it. Alright guys, so the first thing I did was I set the shaft in there, and then I twisted the gearbox, or the gear right there that changes the gears, and made sure that the shaft was good. You gotta make sure that you have that little needle on the end that moves it, and then I just slid this in there, line it up with the gear. Now I'm going to use the clutch puller from my Predator and another socket, and I'm going to tap it in and then tighten it up with the nut. Well, make sure I don't forget those first, and then tighten it up, and it's all done.